What is good, y'all? It's your boy Tyke here, and we're back with another Gotham Knights video. Today we're going to be talking about gear and weapons, and this news that we got a while ago back in September that I'm just now covering. And I'm sorry for covering it late. I know a lot of people, didn't know the stuff about the last video, so I thought, hey, maybe I can go back and look at stuff that I personally didn't know about. And I'm just finding out about this, like, I don't know, a week ago. Just haven't been able to do a video on it yet until now, but we're gonna be talking about this. I'll briefly talk about the whole Amazon pre-order thing that you've been seeing other people talk about. Like, I've seen podcasts now talk about it, but I'll go over that briefly because I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. But no further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so if you guys are interested in reading this article for yourself, I will leave it in the description below. There'll be a link there you can check. So go check that out if you want to. But if not, I'll be covering all this stuff, later on or, coming soon. So if you guys just want to wait for me to make a video, then that's fine. So let's get right into it. Today, we're going to be looking at the first section of this article. It's called 4 Heroes, 4 Combat Styles, 4 Separate XP Progression Systems. And we're going to be looking at the bottom of it, the last 3 columns, more specifically the second to last column, because that's really where we get the information. But basically in the first column, the interviewer gave a question asking about the neon light coloring to the character's weapons that we can see in the reveal trailer, and Redding basically said that those neon effects are going to show you the damage type that you have on gear and weapons, right? So it's basically safe to assume that your weapons are not going to only have this, neon color to show you an element, but your gear is also going to have that as well. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not happy about this. I'm not liking this idea. I don't want this to kind of get too Destiny-esque, where you need certain gear like elements to do well in. I don't want enemies to have a certain element that just messes us up. It's kind of weird, right? It's kind of bad in my opinion, right? I'm not liking that whole weapon and gear idea. One big thing that I've been seeing people do is like kind of compare this game to Avengers a little bit, and we haven't even gotten a lot about this game, but I feel like this is something that people will try to use to compare this to Avengers, just because co-op superhero game, 4-player co-op superhero game, like it's going to be bad. Ever since we got the reveal that this is only going to be 2 players, it kind of calmed down and people just started to compare Suicide Squad to Avengers. But I just really hope that this gear system isn't similar to the way Square Enix did it in the Avengers game, because I have to say I hate the gear system in Avengers. I feel like the only thing it's good for is leveling up. From what we know from this gear system is like when you put on certain gear, similar to DC Universe Online, if you don't lock your styles, if you put the gear on, it will give you the cosmetic look. It will give you a different cosmetic look. So looking at Batgirl in the promotional stuff, like the wallpapers and stuff like that, she has a different outfit that she did in the demo that we got, right? She had like more of a Batman-esque mask, where when we see her in the wallpapers and stuff like that, and in the trailer she had her hair flowing and stuff like that. It was just a little mask on her face with some ears, probably like a little headband or whatever, right? So we also seen this with Robin. We seen like a Red Robin tribute outfit that he had in the demo, where we see he kind of looks like Damian in the reveal trailer and stuff like that. So there's different cosmetics to it, unlike Avengers. But I really think that the element thing is going to be a pain in the ass, because this calls for depending on how to do this game, if we're gonna have like things like raids or like strikes or whatever you want to call them, if we're gonna be trying to go for god rolls or stuff like that. They heavily market this game on being a detective game. You're trying to solve riddles and puzzles and stuff like that, which is amazing. It's awesome. It's Batman. If they are doing things like this where like weekly and daily events and stuff like that, where, you know, you need certain gear. It's going to be a pain in the ass with this type of game. We can see it did not work for Avengers. Avengers flopped, and I just hope that they don't really make this a necessity, you needing elements. I hope it's more of a, like, you know, cool thing to have, you know, just like, okay, if you want to put like fire on your shit, you can put like fire on your shit. You want to put like, you know, lightning, or not lightning, but like, you know, shock damage or whatever, and you want to like stun enemies, you can do that, right? So I just hope that they don't go, you know, too heavy on it and make it a reliability, because I see this ruining a lot of games. All right, I see this kind of thing ruining a lot of games, and I just hope that they don't go too much in it. Now, let me get to the little Amazon Italy thing, because I know I said I was going to talk about that briefly, so I'm going to talk about it in this video instead of making its own thing. So basically, we're going to have two versions of this game, right? I'm assuming there's going to be a current gen, which is, you know, the PS4, Xbox One, etc., you know, generation, right? And the new gen, which is the PS5, you know, the Xbox Series S, they're going to have their own versions, and they're going to be a $10 difference, right? So as you guys know, games are getting more expensive. They're $10 more now. A lot of them are $10 more, and it seems like we're going to get two versions, kind of similar to Call of Duty Cold War, where you can get the PS4 version, but you have to buy the PS5 version, or if you just pay for the deluxe edition or the ultimate edition, you can just get that free upgrade. So it seems like we're gonna have something like that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, because if you already have a PlayStation 5 or a new gen console like Xbox Series 1 or X or whatever it's called, I'm not an Xbox fan, I don't really keep up with that stuff, but if you already have those new gen consoles, those next gen consoles, I don't really see it being that big of a deal. It's only a problem when you have a current console and then you move on into the future and you have to pay for the upgrade. So that's my personal feelings on it. I seen podcasts now talk about it or make a video on it, and then I did some research and, you know, looked at it myself and seen like it wasn't really that big of a deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let's try to get to 3.6K. We're so close. Thank you guys for the support on the last video. Hopefully we can get the same support on this video. But no further ado, it's been your boy Tige. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.